What's going on, everybody? Mark Veer, Key Basketball Training. Welcome back to the channel. Wanted to start a new series. I will get back to the shooting series. Apologize for that, but this is going to be the how-to series. Just trying to educate parents and players as best I can with all the knowledge that I have. This first series is going to be how to stand out at tryouts. Felt like this would be a good first one. Tryouts coming up here for middle school and high school. I know parents will have a lot of questions. Players may have some questions as well. So I wrote some things down today. Hopefully it helps. If I miss anything out, any basketball people on here that are listening, feel free, add them in the comments. All about sharing as much knowledge as we can. Let's dive into series number 1. All right, so let's talk about tryouts. I kind of want to dive it into 3 sections. 1, preparation. That would be prior to the tryout. Then we'll dive into the section 2, which would be the day of the week. Sometimes they're day or they're a long week tryout, depends on what school you go to. And then the last thing I wanted to close on was kind of the biggest trap that I feel kids will fall into in the tryouts. All right, so let's dive into number 1, preparation. All right, so let's talk preparation. This would be everything prior to the actual tryout. You got to do your work early. I'm big on that. But as far as preparation, let's just take a 6th grader, because majority of tryouts start at 7th grade. This can also go for, if you're trying out for freshman team, JV team, varsity. But let's just start at the 6th grade level, which would be your first ever tryout would be going into 7th grade. My advice to every 6th grader on here listening is that you're at that school already. You need to go watch the 7th graders or 8th graders play. You need to get out there. 1, hopefully support your school anyway, but it'd be a great idea to go out there, watch the team play. That will be where you will hopefully be playing next year. Understand who coaches the team, maybe understand the style of play that they're running. If it's a ton of guards, a ton of bigs, those type of things. Just get out there and watch and get a good feel for what the culture is and style of that team. That will help you be prepared once the tryouts will be going for the following year for you, okay? Also take a look at the talent. You may be at a school that's loaded with talent, and then maybe, you're at a not as big school, a smaller middle school that isn't loaded with talent. So that's gonna play a role into, the chances of you making the team, and also find out if they have an A or a B team. Some schools just run, 7th grade and 8th grade AA, some run a B team. So that if they have an A and a B team, well, that also increases your chances by double of making either team. So those are things you can do early. I think a lot of 6th graders do not go out and watch the 7th grade team, or if you're in 7th and 8th, and this can be at all levels, but that's something for you to think about. Also, you need to be prepared. That will make you prepared a year early. I get phone calls all the time from parents 2 weeks before tryout. Hey, coach, my daughter has tryouts for their school in 2 weeks. They haven't picked up a basketball all summer. Can you help? Okay. This isn't a sport you can just pick up and put down. This is something that if you really, really want to be doing, you need to do it all year round. So I know that sounds pretty straightforward, but there are a lot of parents and kids that are waiting to the last minute to put in work for the trials. You should be prepared 1 year ahead of time. To me, it's like a job interview. This is you trying out for a team. You need to be in the best physical and mental shape that you can. And you can't do that 2 weeks prior, a month prior. You need to think about this, again, the year before. If you get cut from a team, just say you're trying out for your freshman team and you get cut, okay, then your tryout starts the day you get cut. Now I've got another 365 days. What am I going to do with my time as far as that? All right, let's dive into section 2. This would be the day or the week of the tryout. Tryouts are different. Hopefully they're just not 1 day for a few hours after school. Hopefully there are a few days or a week where you're able to kind of show your coaches what you have over a longer period of time. So make sure that you're taking care of your body. Get a good night's sleep, good night rest every single night that you have it. Make sure you go to bed early. Eat good, stay hydrated throughout the day. It can be a grind for tryouts, especially the older you get. You don't want to be the kid that fades out, right? That day 1 you do good, day 2 it just kind of gets worse and worse. You get tired mentally and physically. You got to be in great shape, but those little things, eating right, taking care of your body, staying hydrated, getting a good night's sleep, those will definitely help you. Some other things you can do. Ask your coach. Well, one, find out who the coach is prior, but ask your coach if you're going to arrive early. Hey, coach, can I get to the gym early for tryouts? Want to stretch out, get some shots up. It's not going to hurt. If they say no, they say no. But that's something you being proactive, putting yourself out there, and that's going to help you get prepared for the actual tryout. I put her be a low maintenance player. What does that mean? I mean, just not trying to do too much. There's a lot of kids out there that are just trying to do too much, make sure they're always talking to the coach, asking too many questions, even though they know the answers to it. Just be low maintenance player, work hard, ask good questions, not just be asking questions just to talk. You want to be the kid that goes into the gym and the coach is like, oh yeah, that he or she is here. You want to be that kid. Stay under the radar, but work hard. Just don't be a high maintenance player. Always trying to draw attention to yourself before, during the workout, after the workout. Be a player that kids and coaches want to be around. That's probably the better way to put it. Be a leader, not a coach. Big difference. You can be a leader within a tryout, right? But you're not coaching everybody what to do. That's going to turn some coaches off. All right. Have great attitude and energy. These are things that you can control. Things may not be going well for you. Okay. How are you going to respond? How's your attitude? How's your energy? Things may not be going well for other kids. How are you responding to them? You're not playing well, or they're not playing well. Do you have bad body language? They can't catch your pass. Are you having a tantrum? Or are you being positive? Hey, don't worry, we'll get the next one or whatever. These are the small things that can add up to big things that you can control. Be a great communicator. Great communicator with coaches. Be a great communicator with your players out there. Be a great listener. These are, unfortunately, they're skill sets. To be a good listener or communicator, that's a skill. Some kids are better than others, all right? But really work on that. These are things that have nothing really to do with basketball that can really help you in a tryout. And then don't take any drills or plays off. Don't do that, right? Coach isn't looking, or you don't think they're looking, and then you just try to take a play off or do this. Really be productive with your time within there. Coaches don't get a lot of time to see you. So definitely don't do anything like that to hurt yourself, all right? So these are the things that you can help yourself during the actual tryout, all right? There's more, but I feel these are the most important ones. Let's get into the last one, which I'm going to call the biggest trap that I feel players fall into, all right? Let's get into that last one. All right, so section 3, calling it, is that I feel is the biggest trap that players try to do, is they try to be different in a tryout. They put too much pressure on themselves to go out there and perform and maybe try to prove to a coach what they can do. You have to understand what kind of player you are, right? You have to self-evaluate, where am I at within my game, and then be true to that. If you are a great ball handler and a great passer, you're a pass-first point guard, then that's how you need to go out and play. If you are a shooter and that you are a very good shooter, then that's what you need to go out and do. If you're a guy or a girl that plays great defense, hustles, dives on the floors, take charges, rebounds, then do that. Don't try to go out there and be a different player for those few days. One, you're not going to be very good at it because you're going to be uncomfortable. So whatever type of player you are, and if you're not sure, then you need to ask, your AAU coach or someone that's worked out with you. Ask them, what type of player am I? If you don't know, and if you do know, then continue to stay to that. Just don't be the player that goes to a tryout and then wants to be, a high volume shooter, shooting all the time, trying to do flashy moves, trying to impress, when that's really not going to help you, all right? So don't fall into that trap. Be true to yourself, know what kind of player you are, and then do all the little things that you can to just add to that value of a player. In conclusion, how I want to kind of close this is, the last thing is you have to have realistic goals. If your main thing is, I have to make this team, and you put too much pressure on yourself, then one, you're not going to perform because your anxiety is going to be very high. And if you don't make the team, you're going to be very disappointed. You have to, that's why I said it's always good to go look at the team the year before to understand if you really, truly have a chance, if you feel like you have a chance. Or you may not have a chance. You're like, if I do really good, I may get in there. That's okay. And if you don't, then you just know, hey, I've got to do these things next year to hopefully make the team the following year. I think a lot of kids go with the high expectations. Maybe their parents put high expectations. They have no idea what they get themselves into, and then they don't make the team, and then they want to point fingers at, well, this kid made it, or the coach doesn't know what they're doing. They're a football coach, they're a math teacher. Those you can't control. You can't control if it's a basketball coach or it's a math teacher or a football coach. That is what it is. That's what happens a lot here in the middle school. So have realistic goals, and then work at what you need to work on. All these things: preparation, what you're going to do in the workout, and then don't fall into that trap. Hopefully this helped. Again, I want to try to keep it short. Again, any questions, put it below. Hope you like it, and subscribe. We'll chat with you guys soon.